Welcome to the set of Chucky.
Here's an inside look at Chucky, Episode 4.
Is this your sister's doll?
I try to do with every movie, and now with the TV show, is present a new look for Chucky. He has sustained some kind of damage or injury, which allows us to make him a little creepier.
It was creepy because it was like a doll thing with like its face all like burned with red like marking on it.
Oh, yeah.
So some homages you'll see in this episode that is largely set inside a hospital, which is evocative of Halloween 2, which was set largely in a hospital. Mysterious little balls rolling down hallways right out of The Shining. They're pretty endless.
When I first came to the hospital, seeing all the people there that were injured, I felt responsible.
You think I'm dead, don't you?
You know, I think you're dead. I hope he's not dead, and so when I find him, it's a big point because I realize he's not dead.
Love of his life is not
Love
dead.
of my life is not dead, but when I see Caroline and all the kids who are hurt, I feel very sorry, and I feel responsible for all of it.
Junior, he's affected by the fire because some stuff happens to his lungs, and then the doctor says that I'm not going to be able to run for a while. Junior is actually very relieved, but Logan is not.
First thing that goes through my mind is how am I going to fix this? Not the type that's just going to lay down and let this happen. He's going to run no matter what, regardless of his safety.
He's projecting onto his son. He's trying to live the glory days of his younger years vicariously through his son and has forced him into this life. It's all,
It's a fiasco.
It's a fiasco.
You're welcome.
Fiasco.
It's definitely a father-son relationship that's going to eventually explode, and I think we're going to see some of that.
I'm stuck with you.
When Jake finds out that the character Lexi also knows that Chucky's alive, he's now no longer alone, and he can start to build a team and stop him before it's too late.
And I think that Lexi was kind of hoping that it was not real and that maybe she was just really high. But then when Jake confirms it, it just completely blows her mind. And this is something real that's happening to her for the first time. And she really needs to step up to the plate and help him because he doesn't have anybody else. And I think it honestly takes the weight off your shoulder a lot because you've been carrying around this secret for so long. Now you have somebody else.
Yeah.
After the fire and I'm at the hospital, it starts out with my mom being all loving, kind of caring for me, and then kind of leads into her asking me questions about what happened, start grilling me. It's a good scene. I like that one.
And I think it's the first scene for my character where my own son could be in danger here, like too close to home. It's sort of a turning point. What about Jake's doll?
Chucky?
I think Kim is supportive of Devin. She is a bit worried about him because she feels that he's sort of falling into the wrong crowd with Jake.
Kind of switch between detective and mother, and it's kind of like drawing for me.
It's like blurred lines between being a mother and being protective of my son, and then also having this role, this professional role.
There's a whole Big Little Lies aspect to the TV show. In the show, Chucky, he doesn't merely murder people, although he does plenty of that, but he also does a lot of psychological manipulation. So when we see Chucky poisoning relationships between friends, between married couples, it's a brand new way of seeing how this iconic villain can wreak havoc on people.
Okay, we're all monsters, really. Deep down, we all have a monster in us. Chucky, he's on a crusade to bring the monster out in everybody.
The methods by which I come up with murder scenes, I mean, I think it's all over the map. Chucky, on the one hand, he operates in a very conventional way. He's got his knife, and people love to see him do his thing with his knife. But at the same time, one of the things we've done with the franchise is we're constantly trying to be creative with those kinds of things. It's really fun to write for actors that you know. Another thing I like to do is give different roles to the same actors.
Yes, so this isn't my first time in the Chucky story. I played Dr. Foley in Cult of Chucky. I died in that. And it's really exciting to be back as somebody else, a much nicer person.
Zach and I got to film this really fun scene. I love doing stunts, and I always am super excited to do stunts. Don put this scene in where it's kind of an homage to North by Northwest. We are hanging.
We actually had a stunt coordinator come in the day before. It was just insane. It was so cool.
We got to do a few stunt rehearsals, and Lexi falls through the railing at her house, and he has to catch her.
He had a chance to let her go and finish the job, you know, with all the terror that she has given him over the years. But I feel like Jake realized that this is not the person he wants to be. He's not a murderer, and he decides to save her. Because now that he's seen her apologize and shown kind of her true colors towards him, he feels incredibly bad about finishing the job. And so he pulls her up, saves her life.
Is everyone ready?
Yeah!
Hi, I'm Tyler Barish, and I'm playing a young Charles Lee Ray. Today, I led my lost boys through the woods and showed them a dead body.
Our characters were really scared.
Whoever did the prosthetic did an amazing job. It looked really real.
There was a slit neck, and it looked like they're like ants crawling in.
The movies never really get into the backstory of Charles Lee Ray, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that.
Charles Lee Ray really gets a big bang out of killing people.